Okay, before anyone shows up, I'm just gonna check to see if it's working yet or not. Let's see. Is it working? Oh god, it is. Oh god, it is. Holy crap, I have audio finally. Sweet merciful Christ. It only took 23 minutes. God. And I've worked at a tech company for 10 years. Oh, this is sad. So, if anyone still wants to show up for this absolute freaking debacle, you're more than welcome to. Holy crap. Oh, this was just sheer insanity. Oh, Christ alive. Well, if anyone does decide they want to show up, come on, Shade, you can do it. So, let's see. Just to make sure audio didn't get all screwed up and whatnot. Okay, I'm getting audio on my phone, so. Okay, I'm getting audio on my phone. So hopefully, anyone who decides to come and join will have the joy of audio once again. So let's see what we can do. Yay, Shade! You're here. You can hear me. That's amazing. I'm so happy. And I just realized the last time I live streamed, I was wearing this shirt too. So awesome on that. So I am just here finishing up some stuff on projects that I have open. So that I'm semi working on, but if no one's noticed, my bookshelf is gone because it's further back over there. Because hopefully, I will be getting a new workbench that will go right there, and I will actually be able to put some of my new tools up here, like my belt-in disc sander and my gigantic bench vise. So I will have a proper tool bench besides the workbench. So unfortunately, I haven't been able to get too much done around the shop, so to speak. So I'm just working on some stuff, something that I've promised for somebody, and just a couple other small things. So glad anyone could. So this is ridiculous, and figured you had a body to hide. Figured. Well, thank you, Shade. It's good to know I can count on you for that. There's a bench top at Home Depot around $60, and it's built like a tank. I think that might be the one you. I think I might be getting the one you're talking about. The one I'm looking at is the all wood one that is. I think it's $80, but it's like 6 feet long, just shy of like 3 feet deep or so, and it's not, I guess you can say it's prefab, but it's just basically, yeah, the legs. It has a thing on the bottom, which is good because I'm going to put a project bin underneath it. So at least there's that. So, but anywho, so I seriously have no blessed idea what the hell happened to the audio before. Maybe they marked the price up. Got mine a few years ago. Yeah, I think they did probably put the price up on that one because Last time I looked, it was that's I really need to get a battery backup for that. Last time I looked, it was still about I think it was like 79.99, but I also got 10% off of Home Depot until the end of the month. So hopefully I will get it before then so I can start getting reorganized in here and start working on stuff. So right now I'm just taping off, in case anyone is wondering, I'm just taping off some areas on a blaster. If you looked on my Instagram yesterday, I had a kind of open project that I actually owe somebody, and I don't know if that somebody's going to be coming back to the stream or not, but uh working on this. So, and it's got to be something that I got to make sure is like super nice and neat. K25, that thing, that's I do have a K25 from when I got my pullback from Aeromech, so it's somewhere in the spring bin. I'm probably going to wind up throwing the K25 in here, so we'll see how that one goes out. But right now I'm just prepping it for the additional layers of paint that are going to be going on here, because masking off the very nice gunmetal. So it'll work, just don't dry fire it. It'll sound like a hammer. Yeah, that's definitely a good lesson to learn, kiddies. If you up spring tension on your blasters, don't dry fire them, because it'll be like that old rhyme. Uh, Mean Gene made a machine and JoJo made it go. Art blew a fart and blew the whole damn thing apart. So yeah, you don't want to blow the whole thing apart, because if anyone watched the interview that Broke Nerf did with Clanny the other day, which if you haven't, I highly recommend going to see it. Uh, that was a he talked about how he blew an air restrictor further than a dart. So definitely don't want to be doing that with your blasters. When your air restrictor goes further than your darts, you have a problem. So, again, reason I don't use an RCB on my D3 is has Atlas spring and a 12 kilogram spring. I'd probably shot at that blaster. Yeah, you probably would, Shade. And D3 is a classic, so you definitely don't want to do it to that. Yeah. And a little wear and tear from sanding earlier. So, right now, just trying to figure out what I'm taping off on here. This is, I don't want to say it's a secret project, but it is kind of like a special project that I have been asked to work on and sort of semi volunteered for. Really still fuzzy on how this worked, but it did, and so I'm doing it. Let's see here. All right, I know what I'm doing here. Surprisingly, every once in a while, I do know what I am doing. Despite what you may see in the cosplay videos, I actually do know what I'm doing a fair majority of the time. So, I hope everyone has been having a good weekend, and hopefully, everyone has some fun plans for their weekend. So, Clowny. Thank you, Shade. You're right. I am not Clowny, but if you didn't watch Broke Nerf's interview with him and don't know the story, you can thank me for him being on the YouTube. So you're welcome, Internet. I am the reason you have an Uncle Clowny now. I take great pride in that, and at the same time, for some reason, I don't, and I'm not 100% sure why. But if you watch his channel, you might. As you can see, I'm being a little shady. I see what you did there, Shade. You'd make a interesting addition to Team Dad Jokes. I tell you that much. So, see, the one thing I've always loved about this hobby is the interesting stuff we can do with blasters in way of just painting up and prepping things and all that. The fun part is once it's done and it looks, things look so friggin' awesome. It's like, sickening. The downside is actually the prepping of it, because I know there are model makers and prop makers who say, "Oh, I love taping things off. I love tape, oh, it's so therapeutic and all that stuff." It's all right. I mean, I'll be perfectly honest. I don't mind taping, but there's still a matter of actually sitting here and taping it off. But there is one problem: AT4 play. Shade, you are a dirty, 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 dirty little man. But it's okay because we're friends, so I accept it. It is who you are. There's no getting around it. So, well, looks like we got another person. So, if you have joined or are watching silently in shame and horror and just watching me struggle with tape and a razor blade, come say hi in the comments. If you got any questions or want to make any comments towards me, please feel free to do so. So, but I do ask that you at least keep it, semi-civil. So, because if you're not going to be civil about it, there were wars about it, and that's just wrong. So, are you making a pair of pistols? I see another one on your table. No, I am not making a pair of pistols. This is a hammer shot that I just picked up at Walmart because I love the hammer shot and all that. This is going to be for something else. I ran into an issue with the priming rod for this one, where I've tried to spray it with a red vinyl dye, and it's not taking right for some reason, and I don't understand why. So I've like super sanded it, and it's out there right now, sitting in the dark drying. I'm not using the vinyl dye anymore because I think my red vinyl dye went bad because it looks like crap coming out. Uh, Make one out of polycarb. I would if I had polycarb or had the time. Um, but I do have a red automotive paint, which is what the trigger and cylinder are going to be. So I'm trying it on that, and hopefully, I think it's going to take this time. It's just taking a lot of coats. So fingers crossed, it should work. Mind you, should, but it's probably going to be like one of the last things done for this um, project. So, well, Sea Shade, again, that was my problem. I was trying to paint it, but the paint wasn't taking properly. So, that is where I ran into my main problem. And actually, if you will bear with me 1 minute. Oh, the polycarb I meant. Oh, okay. Yeah, but again, it's a matter of A, I don't have polycarb, and B, I don't know if I'm going to have the time to actually make the polycarb catch or polycarb rod. Okay, come on, you little bastard. it's close enough to staying down. All right, just adding a little bit more down here, and that part will be all tipped off. So there's that. And all right, that section's now taped off ish. Ah, crap, I missed a spot. Well, not really missed a spot, but you know what I mean. If you ever need polycarbonate part, don't be afraid to shoot me a message. I got the scroll saw and well, thank you very much, Shade, for the offer. If this doesn't work, I will definitely probably hit you up for that. So, well, we've been going about 15 minutes, and at least a few people have shown up again. Again, I apologize for the whole audio debacle. I seriously have no idea what the hell's been going on with my recording audio as of late, because we had that issue a couple of weeks ago where me and Arlene had tried to record that Raven Belt and Brooch video, and for some reason I had no audio, and I did not understand or comprehend why there was no audio. It just Dinkelberg. So let's see, what else can I tape off here? What else do I want to keep gunmetal? I think what I may want to do is I think this part, and that should do it. Okay, so for the two of you who are actually watching, right now the tape sections are going to remain this gunmetal. The untaped sections, I'm going to actually be doing a dark purple on this. My question to you folks is, should I leave it as such, or should I tape something else off? I'm thinking like maybe just this section right here. So, but in the meantime, I am going to get to the handle, because the handle will be easy. I know exactly what I'm already doing on here. So that might be this. Maybe that circular part. Are you talking about this nub here? Yeah, you can do that. I'll keep that gunmetal. Right, so I am sorry, I am not all that great at the live stream stuff. I will proudly and properly admit that is really more Clowney's realm. I don't know why he just does it a whole lot better than me, especially with setting up the audio. That's for damn sure. So hopefully, if better than me, mine was hard. I'm sorry, Shade. Hopefully, the wise bearded clown will teach us his ways, and we shall become one with the YouTube's ness. So, but the handles are easy. It's just a lot of real estate that I'm taping off, because I'm going to keep these pretty heavily gunmetaled and just make a little bit of it purple, where the body of it is going to be mostly purple, and the gunmetal highlights, and then of course the red accents for the other pieces. So it's just a funny little thing I do. I'm no Tucker. I'm still living in the realm of air power and Springer anti-flywheeler. You and me both, buddy. You and me both. I do have a few flywheel blasters, but I have yet to really learn how to solder or do anything cool like that. So I don't actually work on any of them. But I may wind up jumping ship one day to that dark void that is a flywheel blaster, and be able to run one for like End War if I ever get out there, or some HVZ event. But One day, we'll say one day. I actually already have the blaster I want to do it with. Um, you know what I mean? Shade before you do that. Mine will be full art. That's it. Well, I want to make it. I remember you mentioning something along those lines at APOC in regards to making that MG42 blaster. But I actually did. I mean, I personally have never really been a fan of the Strife. So all those like Strife vector kits and all that stuff, yeah, they look really cool. But I'm just like, yeah, I really don't care. So I mean, my big thing is I would love to just mod a Demolisher. I like it. It'd be more akin for someone my size, I think, because at least I can still make it a semi-auto rifle. And I just like the design of it a whole lot better. I mean, it's a little bit more. It's a little bit more streamlined than like the one side that just bulges out. So, what was that? Ah, yeah, shit. If you can pull that off, that would be awesome. Um, this is. It was somebody else's thing, but this is basically what. I don't know if it's going to show up or not, but that's what Jay just sent me. It is by Chauncey Klein, but I know that's basically what I know he wants to do with his for his uh for his MG42 build. So the idea is similar concept. Yes, I understood. I understood. I didn't say it was going to be a complete copy. I mean, come on. It's not like anyone ever copies a Nerf. I mean, the all the humanity. Shade, why do I listen to you? I hate taping off rounded edges. Okay, that works. So I think that will be good. All right, so those two, that half is done. Now it's this half. Oh, let's see what's going on the Facebooks. Anything exciting? No, not at all. Alrighty, so hopefully this will not be all for naught, but let's see. I don't know. I'm trying to think of topics to talk about, and it's crap in general. Um, well, there we go. All right, so. Oh, so for the three of you that are listening, um, if anyone is interested in, things like video games and, you know, helping people out and, not having like to deal with a lot of shittiness in their, semi not so great lives. Um, November 3rd, I will be live streaming on my Twitch, and what they Nerf Nail Blaster, your thoughts. Um, you know what? I honestly think the concept is interesting. I have seen the pictures of it, so I know what you're talking about. It's that new Zombie Strike Blaster, and I swear I keep thinking, "Oh, Zombie Strike's finally dead. Zombie Strike's finally dead," and they keep releasing like one blaster to keep that damn line alive. I don't understand why. Um, but it's interesting. I gotta say, it would definitely be something that I would only ever use for a gimmick. Like if I was doing some kind of a Left 4 Dead or like zombie scenario type of thing where it's like you need a weapon of convenience, so to speak. Like I could definitely see that thing really coming in handy, but outside of that, I really don't see like people just rocking that just out in the field. Like I know we would never see that at APOC, and now I'm gonna be like, oh crap, someone actually brought one next year. Hey, OC Nerf, thanks for coming out. Uh, you missed all the excitement before of like 23 minutes of no audio and me flailing around like an idiot trying to figure out what was going on. Um, HPA it, the back ladder, light storage, puts all their hood on. Yeah, of course you would, Shade. Of course you would. Because, you're an engineer. Because you tell me that every time we have a conversation. I understand you're a proud engineer. Yeah, OC Nerf. It was fun. It was fun. Although I lost Pistachio, I probably lost Pirate Johnson, and I think I lost Clowny. So either that or they're just sitting here in stunned silence that I was finally able to just fail my way into a live stream or something. Live stream, not love stream. Listen, it's been a very long day. I know it's only 7:19 Eastern Standard, but I've had a very, very long day. So, but thankfully, it was a very good day, at least at that point. So, yeah. Hey, it's a very nice shirt. Got a rock, Captain America. Best Avenger there is. Fight me on it. Yeah. I don't know if you caught my the last live stream OC Nerf, but or I should say the last live stream that worked when I was working on my just doing some detailing on my lightsaber prop. I actually wore the shirt on that one, so I think this has now just become my unofficial live stream shirt. So that's interesting. So that's like a fun little fact of the night. That's the spot on here. So how have you been, OC? Hopefully well. I'm jealous of your brother. Thank you, and please don't be. I'm still kind of amateur at this at best. As Arlene likes to say in our in the cosplay videos, we are definitely not professionals. We leave that shit to Builderin and Adam Savage. I just kind of try and make as much cool shit as I can. Hey, what's up, Boomtendo? Glad you can make it out. So, if you are just joining us, I am just working on taping off some stuff for a project that I kind of started and really need to actually get my ass moving on for reasons. So, oh no, he's here. Good. Hope to get some modding done tonight or this weekend. Got a game tomorrow, but my main primary is currently under reconstruction. Oh no! Yeah, primary under reconstruction is usually not good. But then again, whenever something breaks, you're always repairing it up until the last minute. Like, I've had this discussion with Clowny, God only knows how many times, where you get my ass moving on projects too. Yeah. Well, this is something that I had as I was saying earlier, I kind of got volunteered for and volunteered for at the same time. So it is something that I do kind of have to get my ass working on because it needs to be done by end of month. Um, so, but hopefully I will not run into any more issues like I did with the priming rod. We all need a live chat Skype thingy. Imagine that we could all kind of push off each other's. That would be cool. I think they call that Discord. Um, sorry, Shade. Had to throw a little shade your way. Uh, but yeah, so OC Nerf, what's going on with your cave me caveman ugh, ugh. You can live on YouTube with Hangouts. I know that's what Broke Nerf does with his interview series. I know he uses Google Hangouts and all. Just again another shout out for it. Clowny was actually on the other night, and it was quite an interesting. It was an interesting piece, I gotta say. Um, so if you have not seen it, I would suggest going to check it out. Um, as he always says, we always got to support each other because if we don't, who else is going to? So you're just figuring out the Discord as well, OC. I'm actually on two Discords, and I don't think I've ever done a damn thing with them. One was for some artist I followed, and another was for my friend George, who I play games with for Wolf Boy Gaming. He decided to make one and see how that works, and he did over the summer, and then we never did anything with it. I'm on BTA and Ragnarok Oktoberfest Discords. Oh, speaking of, did you guys get a chance to? I'm on the SoCal Discord for our region, Wallcoms, and the Nerf Reddit Discord. Wait, Nerf Reddit has a Discord? God, I'm old. Showing my age. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know the fancy technologies anymore. Um, but speaking of, I have seen Wallcom's footage from Ragnar Rocktoberfest, and it definitely looks like it was a fun time. I highly doubt I would ever make it out to California for a Nerf war, but if I ever did, that would definitely be the one I would try and get for. Because that definitely looked like the funds. Gotta join the Reddit one. Yeah, apparently I do too. So, although I'm not a big fan of sharing on Reddit, because I've tried some self promotion on there, and sometimes it works, and sometimes it just like kind of fizzles out. So it's really weird. Uh, come to that one or Armageddon 20 next year, NIC War. Oh yeah, that's true. Armageddon has been one that I've wanted to go to, but again, it's a matter of trying to get out to Cali. It was a great weekend. It looked like it was a great weekend. I definitely was able to tell that much. But yeah, being married and a father of two children, it is kind of hard for me to get out of things here and there. Um, ETA was fun already. So now I have a question about Ragnar Oktoberfest. Was the humans versus zombies stuff just that one night, or was it like kind of like a whole weekend thing, like they do with End War? FPS was 150 limit at Ragnarok. God, I don't even have. I don't think I have anything. It was just the one that. Yeah, I don't even know if I have anything that actually average is 150 because definitely can't use my plus bow. The Panty Raider's too strong, and everything else I think just hits about 100. So I either have like semi super stock or just or NIC stuff. I never found that like super stock in between. Well, I should probably test my hammer shots because those have upgraded springs in them. I mean, going away from the. I mean, again, I personally, I would love to try and get out to one of the other big wars because, I mean, honestly, I would love to meet other nerfers. I mean, that's the one thing I always loved about um, APOC because, you know, so many people come in for it. We have it rain or shine, so it's always good. It's always nice. You know, you're always meeting new people. You're always seeing old friends. 150 is fun, but way less campy. Yeah, that's. I can definitely see your point on that one, Boomtendo. Because that's the one I'd have to say, the one downside to actual NIC combat is basically everyone has sniper rifles, so you're only getting people who have like stock and super stock stuff are the ones that are like getting up close and like really rushing stuff. But it is still a fun time though. I still always enjoy it. How did I do it on this one? I did take it off all the way. Okay. You know you're taping too much. Someone yells bonsai and derps around. Come on, Shade. Don't. Everyone knows who that is, and we know we all love him for it. Well, maybe not love him, but we tolerate him for it because he still organizes. He still is able to kind of get stuff organized when he's not derping around like that too much. All right, let's see here. How do I get that last little piece in? I need a square edge. Need a young priest and an old priest. Name that movie. It's Halloween, so or it's not Halloween, but it is a spooky movie. So because it's Halloween, so you know, fuck it, spooky movies. That would have been bad. Went the wrong way. We don't talk about that person anymore. No, that's another person you're thinking of, Shade. He's the one who will not be named, and I will not be going into that on here. So don't do that. I thought that was a joke. I was going to say, isn't this supposed to be an appropriate channel? Yeah, we're trying. I'm trying to make this a little bit more legitimate because I would love to get back to YouTube partnership status, but I'm also I'm also way behind on the sub count for that. So, if you know anyone who really does like my content and hasn't subscribed, that would be an awesome thing. An awesome Halloween gift for me is to convince them to sub to the channel because ain't gonna lie, kind of needs the help, but. Well, he who must not be named has been mentioned in APOC videos of with the footage from APOC itself. I think I'm not sure, but he who must not be named will not be named on this channel, and we will just leave it at that. So, matchup. That matches up. Hey, awesome! Finally got all the taping done. So, yay. I seriously don't understand how people think this is friggin' the young priest and old priest thing you said. I gave up with that. YouTube keeps treating us like nerfers to the point. Yes, we are like the hideous forgotten children of YouTube. No, the young priest and old priest thing is a line from the movie The Exorcist, or not so much The Exorcist, but it's a reference to The Exorcist by way of what was it? Austin Powers. So there is that. So that was nothing malicious or dirty. So but I am also going to be working on this, but not too much tonight. I'm just going to get a little bit of prep work done on that. Where the hell did my cutters go? There they are. So. Well, oh God, you're gonna do nothing but friggin' Austin Power squats now, aren't you? God, what have I unleashed upon thee? There should be at least 3 links on the stream. Well, 4. It looks like a fourth one has joined us. Although I don't know if that was just my. Hey, 4 likes and 4 views! Yay! I am a happy griever now. Thank you. Do you hop on any of Clanny's live chats? I do worse to him. Yes, I have been there when you have started. One of Clanny's last ones, I think he was complaining you were starting with bad dad jokes, and I just kind of egged you on with my own bad dad jokes, and Clanny was just like, "Oh God, no! Why did you do this to me?" And I just kind of laughed because I had to leave at that point. So, don't fall. Clanny's live stream. Thank you, Boomtenda. You make me feel appreciated upon the YouTubes. Clanny's live stream. Yes, there are always those. Yeah, let's see here. I think I'm going to need my Dremel for those. No, there you go. I will do this as far away from the camera as I possibly can so that I do not destroy audio, because we've had enough audio issues tonight. So, cover your ears, boys. And thus concludes the dremeling portion of this video. So now it's just back to sanding, because that's all I do is I sand, I tape, and I paint. I sand and I know things. Not important things, but I know them. Well, this, I have to say, has been fairly fun now. We've had some good discussions in the chats. I've actually gotten some work done, surprisingly, and I still have no idea when the hell I'm going to finish this thing. That reminds me, I also have a drink. And I know things shirt. that is OC Nerf. That is pretty cool because I do have to say, on now I will be perfectly honest. When it comes to Game of Thrones, I am one of those stuck-up book snobs because I did read the uh, the books before the series came out. But I have to say, book wise, Jon Snow and Jaime Lannister were my favorite characters. TV show wise, Tyrion just friggin' knocks him out of the park. Like he really is, honest to God, one of the best characters on that. Peter Dinklage friggin' did things with that character I didn't know could be done. We grabbed the books post TV series. Hey, that's fine. I actually did that with the Harry Potter series. Me and my wife, we watched the first 5 movies without ever touching the books, and then we caught up. And then we caught up to the book series because it was just before Half Blood Prince came out. The book came out, and then obviously the movie would follow. And we decided we didn't want to wait for the movie, so we read the book first. And while we were okay with the series up until then, where it was okay, yeah, this is a fun series, we're enjoying it, and then we read the books and we're like, okay, yeah, we see where it kind of like deviated, but that's okay, that's okay, that's okay. And then we saw Half Blood Prince and we're like, they left out half the friggin' book. What the hell? But I have to say that was definitely it was still a good series. I enjoyed it. I don't know if I'm ever going to finish the books though. I may need a new intro to my channel. You give me an idea. Hello, gents. I'm here to drink rum and nerf, and I'm all out of rum. Why is the rum gone? Wow, Shade, you just like threw like 3 totally different things into one statement, and it worked. I like that one. How about the Wheel of Time series HBO? Yeah, that would be definitely cool. At least that series is done. Uh, the Wheel of Time. Um, oh, funny fact: if anyone watching this doesn't actually know this, but the Wheel of Time actually finished after Robert Jordan died. Uh, yeah, the last book was completed using the notes he had for it. And if I remember correctly from what my friend told me, his son actually finished it and then published it. So, right, do you audible or read the actual books? I actually read the books. I have all 5 of them. Yep, was going to say that. I saved you all that typing on C Nerf. So, there's that. What? Nope, they're still not home yet. So, we'll still go. I haven't decided what I'm doing with that thing yet. I actually do need to paint this, but obviously I'm not going to do that on camera. So, working on that. I'm thinking for this thing, I'm going to leave this blue thing off because A, it's a pain in the ass to deal with, and B, I just really don't like it. I just got to figure out what I'm going to do with the other stuff. I found the book series called The Extinction Star. I don't care for walking. I don't care what Walking Dead say. Hey, to each his own. If you find a series that's better than what someone else said, hey, that's totally fine. I enjoyed the Aragon series. It wasn't bad. It was decent for what it was. I actually did find another series called the Godslayer Chronicles by an author by the name of James Clemens. He had 2 books in the series and never made book 3. And I was so annoyed at it because book 1 was amazing. It was a great standalone. If you don't read the epilogue, it's a great standalone book to kind of like lead into a series, but the epilogue kind of sets up the second book. So if you don't read the epilogue, it's a great book. But when you read Hinterlands, which is the second book, it leaves off on a cliffhanger, and that's like the worst thing to do because at that point you're kind of stuck wondering what happened next, and then I love how this has now become Griever Book Club. Let's see, what else can we do? What can we do now? Hmm. Nah, I don't want to dry brush that one tonight. Like the, like the book keeps you hooked. I have seen the Condor books too. I actually had a free excerpt of one from, surprisingly of all things, a game magazine. But I never actually really kind of got into the rest of the series itself. But it wasn't terrible. It was pretty good. So, all right, I think we'll let this go another few minutes, and then we might take our leave for this one because I've kind of run out of stuff I can do within this realm here, and this is pretty much devolved into a live stream about talking about books, which isn't a bad thing because you know books are cool too. Without books, we wouldn't have comic books or any other thing that Hollywood can steal and try and make their own. So, but I think I will end on that note. So, thank you everyone for joining us for this live stream. You know, if you enjoyed it, I hope you did and stuck around for some of it for a while. And again, I apologize about all of the audio problems earlier. I seriously have no blessed idea what the hell happened, but hopefully the next time I try this, I won't be having those problems. I'll try and make sure I do a test run before I go live itself. Um, so again, thanks everyone for joining. I'll catch you guys next time. Good night. YouTube is here. Thank you, Shane. That is why YouTube keeps screwing me over. I care too much about the fans. That is true. Good night, everyone.